Hi guys, welcome back. This is Professor Hank, and in this video we're going to continue our series on an introduction to Python GUI programming. In this video we're going to learn how to add button widgets to our apps. We're going to learn how to use event handlers, and also known as callbacks, just a special method that is going to be responsible for executing whenever the button gets pressed or gets clicked. And then we'll also learn how to use a button to terminate our app, and we'll learn how to create a message box, which is kind of like a pop-up dialog just to give some information to the user. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig into it, get started, write a little program. So we're going to have to do an import Tkinter, because we're using the Tkinter library for all of our GUI programming. And then we're going to want to use the message box. So we have to do import tkinter.messagebox. We're going to make a class called myGUI, just like we've been doing all along. And we're going to define an init method, which is going to contain all our GUI setup stuff. Okay, and then we're going to have to instantiate an instance of it, in order to actually do anything. So we'll just say mg equals myGUI. Okay, so first things first, we got to create a main window that we're going to attach the buttons to. Okay, so this is going to be called main window. Okay, equals tkinter.tk. Okay, now let's add our button. And on that button, we'll make the button say press. Okay, so on the button itself, it'll say press. And then we'll make it execute a method called handler. Okay, so the handler method, whenever you click the button, the handler method is going to execute. That event handler, that handler method, that callback is where you put all the logic, all of the code for the logic that you want to execute when the button is pressed. Okay, so let's go ahead and create the button. We need a reference for it, and then we're going to do tkinter.button. Okay, now the button initializer for the button object is going to take 3 arguments. Okay, 3. So the first argument is going to be where you want the button to be attached to, or what you want the button to be attached to. In this example, we only have the main window, so we're going to attach it to the main window. Okay. Next thing we need to do is we need to specify what text we want to have on the button, and then finally what we want the button to do. Okay, so we want the button to call a method called handler. Okay, so when the user clicks the button, the handler method is going to execute. Okay, so then we're going to have to pack the button. So self.button.pack. Okay, and then we got to start the main loop. Right? So we're going to do tkinter.mainLoop. Oops, tkinter.mainLoop. Okay, so we should almost be ready for testing. I got to define the method. Okay, so we'll define handler. Okay, and so in the handler method, all I'm going to have happen is it's gonna cause the message box to pop up. So when we click the button, we'll have that message box pop up. So to create this, what we're going to do, let's make the message box appear, and the handler, this method gets called in response to the button click, right? So you can see there's the name. So how are we going to make that message box appear? What we're going to do is we're going to have tkinter.messagebox.showInfo. Okay, now this is going to take, it can take a couple of arguments. Okay, the first argument would be a title, or a string for the title bar. Unfortunately, the limitations of my software, you're not going to be able to see the title bar when it appears, but it's there. So when you write your code and you're writing it, you'll see it. And then the second is the string that you want to have appear in the box itself. Okay, so that's what that's going to look like. So let's go ahead and give it a test. Okay, all right, so you can see there is the window. that says press on it. Now when I press that, okay, see there's the pop-up. There's the message box. You pressed it. Now, like I said, along the top here, if you're writing the code yourself, you'll be able to see it says handler up there, but again, thanks to OBS Studio's limitations, it's not displaying it. So if anybody knows how to fix that, please leave me info in the comments. I wasn't able to get it to show you, even though on the main window I could. So I'm not sure. I think it's just a limitation in OBS Studio. So, but anyway, so yeah, there you go. We got something working. So let's add the button, another button, a second button that'll allow you to shut down the app by clicking on it. Okay, so let's add another button. Let's add a button to exit the app. Okay, so we'll call this the exit button. Okay, so that'll be our variable name, and then we'll do Tkinter dot button, just like before. We're going to attach it to the main window, just like before, and we're going to specify the text, and this time we're going to say something like exit. Okay, and this time we're going to have a command that is going to be invoked. We're going to invoke a method that's built into the main window. Okay, and that method is used to terminate the app. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say self.main main window .destroy. Okay, so by doing that, we're going to add another button. Click on another button. The whole app is going to terminate. Okay, so let's try it. Oh, I forgot to pack the button. I forgot to pack the button. Sorry about that. I was going to get one of myself. Let's pack the exit button. Darn it. Okay. Self.exit button.pack. Okay, let's try again. All right, so there, now you can see it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and hit press the press button just to make sure we didn't break anything, and then we'll click exit, and then the app terminates. So yeah, there you go. There's another episode in the can. That's episode 4, and we'll continue on next week with episode 5, and we'll explore some additional widgets. So stay tuned for that. So that's everything that I have for you this week. If you thought the video was useful, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you thought the video sucked, you got that thumbs down button as well. If you're a student of mine, as usual, please feel free to send me an email or stop by my office hours, hit me up on Zoom, whatever. For everybody else, please consider supporting the channel in different ways. You got memberships for as low as 99 cents a month for additional perks. We got the super thanks. If you found this really useful and it got you out of a jam, hey, why not consider giving a super thanks to tip your host? Leave a comment, subscribe, whatever. Just let me know what you thought and how the video went. And let me know if there's anything I could have done better. Let me know what I did good. Let me know what I did bad, whatever. Okay, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.